It was only Anthony Albanese, the man who took us to the polls to divide us by the colour of our skin, would use the first day of Parliament to lecture us about why we should embrace welcome to country ceremonies.
The welcome to country is such a powerful way to begin a new Parliament. Like a lot of the most positive things about our nation, we shouldn't take it for granted. This ceremony did not take place until 2007 and was controversial in 2007. It is not controversial today, nor should it be.
Well, I mean, this is only day one, and the identity politics on steroids has begun. The Prime Minister is as tone-deaf as ever to public sentiment on these issues. I mean, remember when 60% of us said no to this division? Yet the PM went on to explain more about why we should embrace the ceremonies.
What a welcome to country does is holds out like a hand warmly and graciously extended.
Really? A warm hand? More like a warm hand that slaps you in the face and tells you this is our land, you're just a traveller visiting on it. And if you don't agree, you're told you're a racist. And look, this is the left's narrative, isn't it? We see it time and time again. They love to tie themselves in knots of guilt to make themselves feel better. It's all about the feels, all about the vibes. Now, I don't know what planet the PM has been living on to say this ceremony is not controversial when 56% of us believe welcome to countries are indeed divisive. The frequency of them, the length of them, some mixed in with political activism, has become an absolute joke. At every sporting event, when a plane lands, at council events, at schools, in classrooms, I mean, heck, even toddlers are being taught about them. Especially when they cost you and I, the taxpayer, a bomb as well. The ceremonies at Australian government events have cost more than $450,000 in the past 2 years. The Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet alone spent almost $42,000 on them, over 33 of them. And that's about $1,200 on average per ceremony. And look, with each lasting about 5 to 15 minutes, that's about $100 per minute for an Aboriginal representative to do a welcome. Now imagine how that money could have been spent on, improving the lives of Indigenous people, closing the gap, getting Aboriginal children educated into schools, getting Aboriginals into jobs. How about addressing the crime rates in local communities? But nonetheless, we are all used to having to sit there politely at every event when it's conducted. And how's this real perler from the Prime Minister?
One more reminder that this country and this Parliament is our great diversity of chapters coming together. And the welcome to country lets us touch the very beginning of the story, our story, the Australian story.
Well, if it lets us touch the Australian story, why have it? We can embrace the important part of our Aboriginal history, but why do we only acknowledge that? What about the contributions of those who came to Australia and made this land great? I mean, if we're all Australian, why should we be welcome to our own country? It is once again this us versus them narrative. And I've got to say, opposition leader Susan Lee wasn't much better today.
As the Leader of the Opposition and on behalf of the Coalition, I acknowledge the Ngunnawal and Ngambri peoples, who are the traditional custodians of the Canberra area, and pay respect to the elders past and present of all Australia's Indigenous peoples.
Look, where does it end, seriously? I mean, last week, don't forget, the PM was in China standing in front of 3 flags, the Australian, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander. The optics just ridiculous. In another country, there to represent one country, yet insists on standing in front of 3 flags. Today, he's telling us to embrace welcome to country, pushing this decisive, divisive narrative just like he did with The Voice. And I've got to say, hubris has set in. The PM's massive majority in the House has given him a mandate to do and say whatever the hell he wants. Welcome to country and welcome to the new Parliament under a re-elected Albo.